Back here. No name. What's up? Half PPR. Trade question. Giving Zay Flowers, Charbonnet, McBride. Receive Waddle, Stevenson, LaPorta, and Goddard. Love it. In need of RB2. Yeah, go for it. Have at her. I don't think going from McBride to LaPorta is a downgrade. And Zay Flowers to Waddle, I think it's a parallel move, to be honest, with the quarterback news and all that. So that's fine. So then you're talking Charbonnet for Stevenson and Goddard. Fucking love that trade. Have at her. Go Bills. BJ. Should I trade McBride for LaPorta? I absolutely hate position for position trades. It makes no sense in my mind. I don't know why anyone would accept it. But if you can do that, I mean, this one's truly preference. I think McBride's going to have a larger target share. You know what I mean? So I think I would keep McBride, but if I just plugging out of nowhere, I need to do my rest of season rankings yet. But where would I put these two for rest of season rankings? They're both top 5, and they're probably, I mean, they could be 1 and 2. They could be 2 and 3. They are both probably top 3 for me. Love them both. I wouldn't panic if you're an owner. It's whoever you prefer. I would probably go McBride. I think McBride's going to catch more balls. I think he's going to have more yards. LaPorta could end up having more touchdowns. That's where I'm at there. Should I package up LaPorta and Waddle to trade? Sure. I mean, you didn't have that other question previously. Sure. I wouldn't panic on LaPorta and Waddle. I'm just not a Waddle guy. I just think just watching him in that offense, it feels like he's going to be inconsistent. You know what I mean? And if you can't trust what's going to come back from a fantasy performance, then it's not really that valuable for you. You're just starting and praying. I'm not panicking on him, though. So it depends on if you can sell them both as, I mean, there's still people that are going to value Waddle as a borderline wide receiver 1. If you can do that and get that value, have at her. Nino is offering Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, and George Pickens for Josh Allen and DK too much. I have James Cook wanting to stay with Josh. You want to pair James Cook with Josh Allen? I mean, if you're a Bears, for the stack, I mean, it's not really a stack. I don't, I mean, you're talking about someone with a DFS background, but like Josh Allen's going to vulture a lot of James Cook touchdowns. I understand they connected with a receiving touchdown. If you're telling me that happens more than 3 more times this season, that would surprise me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's going to be more than 3 more receiving touchdowns for him. Could be wrong. So it's not really a stack. I would prefer Josh Allen to Kyler Murray, obviously. I would prefer Devontae Adams to DK Metcalf. And then you're also throwing in George Pickens. If you are a Bills fan and you love Josh Allen, do the trade. Otherwise, you could get more, in my opinion. And it's not a real stack with Josh Allen and James Cook. In fact, the negative correlation there is pretty high. Assuming Rashad plays, should I start Pollard over him? Pollard plays the Packers. And who do the Bucks play? I think I'm still probably going Rashad White. We'll see what I think on Tuesday night when I do my rankings. Buccaneers play the Broncos. So not the hardest, not the easiest. Boy. He still played 71% of the snaps. I think I'm going Rashad White right now, but I do think it's a coin flip. Yeah, I think I'm slightly leaning Rashad White. That sucks. Augusto, Etienne and Ford for Jonathan Taylor or Kyren. Just given the offense right now, man, I would go Jonathan Taylor. I think Colts offense gets a little bit better, and their defense is so atrocious where they're going to have to put up points anyways. Kyren Williams is a better football player in my mind at this current moment. I just don't believe in that offensive line. Can't do it. That injury bug bit them before they even got to step foot on the field. So I think I would do it for Jonathan Taylor. I would really try to get like a bullshit throw-in player that's better than someone on waivers. But I do like having the freedom, like my strategy in most of my leagues, right? I drop my kicker before waivers run, so then I have an extra roster spot to play with, pick up guys, drop guys, play around with it. So freeing up a roster spot is a valuable thing. But yeah, I would prefer Jonathan Taylor to Kyren Williams right now, just because I don't trust that Rams offensive line, man, at all. And it's going to be made a lot tougher, obviously, without two stud wide receivers. And then now the Rams have to play a pissed off 49ers team. So I will say, if you are a Kyren Williams lover like me, I love him, great player. He's a better player, like I just said. You should be able to buy low on him after this week. That's a big risk. You're risking Ford still being good. You're risking ETN still getting a lot of work. Let's look really quickly who ETN and Ford play, because it may be worth it to roll the dice. Okay, ETN plays the Bills. Okay, I'm not afraid of the Bills. And then Ford plays, Ford, the Browns, and Ford play the Giants. You know what? Hold strong. Hold strong. I think Kyren Williams will be a buy low guy after next week, and I think ETN and Ford will have good performances. So at least I think Ford is in a position to succeed against the Giants, and I think ETN against the Bills should see some passes. I'm not afraid to run against them. I think it could be okay. And yeah, Colts bum me out too. Man, told you their interior offensive line is going to get eat by Kenny Clark. He was so good. He was so good yesterday. And that defense, fucking A. Gus Bradley sucks. Bronson, trade Josh Jacobs, Jordan Mason, and Waddle for Kamara and Montgomery. Assuming you're good at receiver. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Jordan Mason probably only has a month left, right? We'll see. That's a tricky fucking situation for Christian McCaffrey as well. But Josh Jacobs is on track for over 400 carries, 425 total touches. He's going to break down. And I thought Marshawn Lloyd looked good. So Josh Jacobs is either going to see a severely reduced workload or he's going to break down. Jordan Mason has a time clock on him as well. And Waddle just lost his QB1. So Kamara is certainly thriving in the Kubiak system. They look a lot better in that offensive line. I mean, Fuaga and Trevor Penning. I mean, those were my two favorite linemen the past 2 years in the NFL drafts. And now they're both playing tackles for the Saints. Woo! Saints are playing football like I would play football. They're running an offense like I would run an offense. So, of course, I love the Saints this year. And David Montgomery's my guy. So, yeah, I would do that for sure. How long do you think A.J. Brown's out for? It's a hamstring, man. I believe, if I'm getting the timeline right, I believe he heard it Friday, and then Saturday it locked up on him, couldn't do anything, and then yesterday he got ruled out. So I believe Friday he heard it, so it's not like it happened last game and he's had a full week of recovery. He's had a couple days. At this point next week, it'll be 1 week, right? So I think very real chance he's out next week. He's someone who's so explosive and so powerful in his lower body that those hamstrings can be so tricky. Especially if he's just not patient. Like, I don't know how the Eagles medical staff is, but if he tries to push himself because he is so powerful and is going to be doing, a lot of shit, he's going to be running a lot in practice. Like, I just hope he gives the time it needs to heal. You know what I mean? And if the Eagles are thinking like I am and really trying to just shut his ass down, like, I think it's a real possibility he misses 2 weeks. I don't expect him to be out more than I would expect him to play week 4, is what I'd say, as long as he doesn't play week 3 and rest. So 1 to 2 weeks, probably. Yeah, Luke says Eagles shouldn't fuck around with the Brown hamstring injury this early if they think they go in the Super Bowl. 100%, 100%, especially, I mean, very different situation if they lost week 1 and then they end up losing tonight. Being 0-2, you can hit the panic button a little bit. Being 1-1, you're fine, especially with the Cowboys losing in embarrassing fashion. It almost seemed like last week was the playoffs. So Eagles are not going to panic. They're not going to rush them. It's like a similar thing with Jordan Love, right? Like Packers go down 0-2. Malik Willis looks bad. All of a sudden it's like, yeah, maybe Jordan Love is healthy enough to play. But now Packers offense runs the ball 90,000 times. Malik Willis does anything that Jordan Love can do, maybe a little bit better. And the Packers are 1-1. Lions lose. All of a sudden, Jordan Love, probably not coming back till week 5. So got to take everything into consideration, not just the injury itself.